Hi, BookTube. It's Gina. It is 4 o'clock on Thursday. Think about what the day is today. I'm still a little discombobulated. But I got some book mail and I thought it would be fun to share it with you. A couple of the books I got, I ordered and I knew about. One of them was a surprise that I am very excited about. I have one more book that I ordered, but it was one of those used books, and it's now showing as delayed, and I have a feeling it may take a while to get here. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I got. And well, let's just go ahead and start out with the surprise, because I thought this book, I'm gonna make sure I cover things up. I thought this book was going to be the book that I had ordered, and I was unwrapping it and I was like, gosh, I can't believe they didn't put any packaging or anything. And then I opened it up and I realized this was not a book I ordered. This was a present all the way from the UK. Isn't that exciting? This came from Ollie at Criminale. He is the mastermind behind Garb August, our reading event in August, where we read junk and trash and garbage. But he sent me Danielle Steelbook, Second Chance. Isn't that fun? I was thinking I would read a Danielle Steelbook for Garb August. I've got some ideas about what I'm going to read. I haven't made my TBR yet. And this is a nice short one, and it's only 267 pages. So this might be a fun one to read. Regardless, I'm going to read this because I loved Danielle Steel when I was in high school. I remember reading The Promise and The Ring, and I also read a lot of Sidney Sheldon and Colleen McCulloch, the Thornbirds. I loved those romances when I was young. So this is very exciting. But what precipitated this is that Ollie made some bookmarks and asked the co-hosts of Garb August if we wanted one. And of course, I said, yes, please. And so he sent me a couple, actually 3 bookmarks that say, Criminale made me read it. And on the flip side, it says Garb August. Aren't those cute? And then a Godzilla postcard. I love that. So thank you so much to Ollie. I'm very excited to get a little book present in the mail. I'll link Ollie's channel below, you guys. I don't read horror. I don't read crime. I don't read pulp, which is really what Ollie reads, but I love his channel because he's just an interesting guy, a nice guy, and I like listening to him talk. So then I'm going to open up my package that just came. These I ordered. So this I knew was coming, but it came really, really fast. So the first thing I ordered was Bookshop Tours of Britain by Louise Boland. This was a recommendation from one of you, so thank you for that. I am trying to, oh my gosh, you guys, this is gonna be so much fun. There's a chapter called Hiking, Tea, and Cake. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna love it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is the Peak District Tour, hills, houses, and stately homes. So it's my dream to do a bookish trip to the UK. I would like to go to Cornwall to see Rosamund Pilcher Land, Scotland, primarily Edinburgh. I really would like to go to some bookstores in Edinburgh. Jack at Spread Book Joy reminded me that we really have to go to Hay on Wye, or Wigtown. There's two book towns, which just would be amazing. And I'm trying to plan a friend. Right now we're in the dream planning stages of planning a bookish trip to the UK, to England, to Scotland, to Cornwall. We're in the dream phase right now, but having tons of fun. So I saw this book and it's got gorgeous pictures and it's all organized by areas. So there are North Wales and Snowdonia, hiking, biking, and running. I'll be skipping that one. Brecon, Beacons, Shropshire, and Malvern Hills. So there's great pictures. When I saw this, I knew I had to have it. I have a lot of books about books, and I love books. I put them on my coffee table. They're not here. Just books that are about books and show about people's libraries. And so I think this is going to be really fun because this is, of course, more geared towards book shopping, but I just love looking at pictures of books on shelves. Absolutely love it. So I was very excited to get this. And then lastly, I splurged and I bought a D.E. Stevenson. This is the Dean Street Press. I paid full price for this. It was $17.99. So expensive for a paperback, but I wanted it, and so I bought it. This is The Fair Misfortune by D.E. Stevenson in the Dean Street Press edition. And my friend Gina, who I do a lot of buddy reads with, we have exactly the same taste in books. And so she recommended this, and I knew that I had to get it. I love the cover. I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to read you a little bit of the back. It says, "The village of Dingleford is all aquiver with the arrival of lovely young Misfortune, with plans to open a tea house. Captain Charles Weatherby, just back from India, has no use for bright little creatures, no matter how long their eyelashes might be." But his perspective shifts when they actually meet, much to his mother's secret delight. So I think we know where this is going to be heading, but I wanted this, and so I bought it. Now, I'm also in the process of doing some unhauling because my shelves are getting so full. I have been realizing, though, as I've been buying books and talking to you about books, that what I really want in my collection are things like this that I'm going to read. This I may not keep forever, but I might keep this forever just because Ollie sent it to me and it's really fun. But what I really want in my collection are vintage books, are the books that I love. I'm reorganizing a little bit so that my front shelves here are my favorites, are my collection, and then I'm gonna start a shelf of like BookTube made me buy it. I was watching a video by Mariana Moss Books, who I'll link below. This is a little bit off topic, but speaking of my library and reorganizing, she did a video on unhauling her like ideal self books. And I had done one of these before. I did unhauling my fantasy self books or something like that. I can't remember. But what I realized, she asked the question, what's your fantasy self books? And what I realized is that I went through a phase for probably 2 or 3 years. Well, actually more than that, because 2 years is just COVID. So it was probably more like 7 or 8 years where I was watching a ton of the big British booktubers. And I realized my shelves are big British booktuber self books that I don't think I really like. I read like a couple, Sarah Moss. I have Night Waking. I didn't really get into it. I've got Ali Smith, I've got the Lesser Bohemians, all of which I don't think I'm ever going to read. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm preparing those in a specific area because those are probably going to be books that get unhauled at some point. I still have room. I'm weeding things out, so those I'll keep for a little while because they're beautiful and I do love them in some sense, but they're just not really what I read anymore. Do you have books like that you own you own because you went through a phase or you thought you wanted to read them but then you never did? I think my idealized self is British booktuber, which clearly I am not. So it might be time to think about putting some of those books in my other room, my office, where it's sort of my way station. Those are sort of where things go once I know they're not going to be kept forever. And then they get moved from there to the Goodwill bag. So we'll see how that goes. But I thought it was really interesting because I've been thinking a lot as I've been buying books about what I want my library to look like. I mean, what types of books I want to have in my library and how I want to spend my money on books. So I'm trying to be really conscious of that and of buying the things that I really want to keep forever, rather than book prize books, new release books that I don't really read very much of. So anyway, I'm noodling over those kinds of thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of that. And until next time, Criminale made me read it. Bye.